We'll try this again. There we go. Let's try that. See if we got anywhere. We got Lyle Swearingen coming down here in the corner, number 3 and 4. Fontana, California. See if this works here. Warm-ups come to an end. Why do we not have any sound at all? This is weird. All right, now. So that one needed. We got a copy yet. Green flag getting ready to come into the air. Here we go. There we go. Now we got it. Down here through, heading into corner number 1. 75 laps of distance here at Las Vegas. Working down here through turn 1 and 2. Out there onto the back stretch they go. Let me check something here just to see, make sure I got everything up and up here tonight for your Gen 4. Now we are here at Las Vegas. All right, yeah, okay, I found it now. I was looking at next season schedule. All right, there we go. We're all good. Head on out here into corner number 1 and 2. Yeah, see down there on the bottom side, we got William Gay down there on the bottom. He works there off the corner. Matt Mars there in 4th. Josh Clemens there in 5th. Chase Silla, he's out there in front with that Home Depot 26. And we got that Ghost Energy machine driven by Ryan Peters up there on the top side. Matt Maher, he's back here in 4th. Let's take a look at their points rate at the moment. I don't see them posted here the way I was hoping. So give me a moment here to get with them. After week 11 at Michigan for your Gen 4s. Looks like your leader so far, maybe not. We'll see here now. I want overall standings. There we are. All right, so Lyle Swearingen, your leader in the points with 413 points. Josh Clemens with 357. Sage Greco in 3rd with 329. So Landis, or I'm sorry, Swearigan, where is he at? He's back here in 11th right now. In that number 22. He'll be the driver to watch tonight as he is leading the points. Second, as we said. Oh, crap, I got to keep this together in my mind. 7 is Josh Clemens, 3rd, Sage Greco. So Sage Greco's here in 7th. And Josh Clemens is up here in 5th. So we'll have to keep an eye on how those drivers play out here. As you're looking there at the 75, working there through. There's the 68. Evan going back to 23 of Tyler Castleman, who gets past there, or who just passed Bobby Watts. There comes Lowell down there underneath of the, down there to the bottom side of the speedway, getting underneath of the 23 of Tyler Castleman. Sets his sights now on the 68 of Evan Gomet. Hey, Evan Gomet out of Portland, Connecticut. Running down here through the front stretch. Hey, hang on out here through the corner of 1 and 2 onto the back stretch. And we're going out there. You see the 68. Still working there on the bottom side. There you see Graham Connolly underneath Sage Greco. Sage Greco's up here on the top side. Taking on to 6th position. Graham Connolly doing a great job. He's up 5 positions from where he started. And bringing on out up turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Bobby Watts back here in that number 37. That was Lyle Swearigan in at 22. Matt Mars up here in 3rd. I didn't realize we had so many big movers right now in the race. Chase is up 2. William Gay's up 2. Matt Mars up 4. Ross Clemens up 5. If that all stands correctly. They worked their off corner number 2 now. There you see Matt Mars sitting in 3rd, right behind him. That number 44 of Josh Clemens. They worked down there out of the corner. Ryan Peters in 5th. Sage Greco there in 6th. Graham Connolly there in 7th. Evan Gomet in 8th. Lyle Swearigan 9th. Tyler Castleman back here in 10th. Evan Gomet, he's down 6 spots from where he started, so he's falling back quite a ways. He's back here in 8th, trying to battle it, trying to keep some together. Lyle Swearigan getting around Evan Gomet. Evan Gomet falls back another spot. As Chase is out front. William Gay there in 2nd. Matt Mars in 3rd. Josh Clemens for it. Sage Greco in 5th. Josh Clemens, though, he's looking at the bottom side. Maybe making a run there underneath Matt Mars. Could not quite get it there, though. And now they work down there in the corner number 1. As you see there, the 44 of Josh Clemens. Working his way through 13 of 75 laps on the board. Josh Clemens out of Buffalo, New York. On board there with Gomet. Now we move up here to Washington. Sage Greco in car number 17 down there on the inside underneath the 5 of Ryan Peters. Peters slides up into the outside wall, coming there through at the beginning of the tri-oval. Working there off, down there, off the corner. And now he's watching him come back down through here. Lyle Swearigan there, 7th. Graham Connolly there, 8th. Evan Gomet there in 9th. Bobby Watts in 10th. Tyler Castleman in 11th. Joseph Spillman there in 12th. James Apaw 13th with Zachary in 14th. And Zachary did not take the grid here tonight and is labeled as out. Now you watch him come around here. There's Matt Mars out of Louisville, Tennessee. Currently running in Louisville, Tennessee, Matt Mars. Here comes that 22, Lyle Swearigan underneath of Brian Peters trying to make a run for that position there. Lyle Swearigan fell backward. Now he's working his way towards the front once again. That's the thing. Lyle Swearigan, we watch him kind of hang back quite a ways here during the beginning stages of the races. And then he'll be there at the end. That's the thing these drivers got to really pay attention to. Because, yeah, Swearigan will be there towards the end. He is there in a 6th right now. About to battle Matt Mars for 5th as he looks to the outside. Yeah, watch him come down through off turn number 4. Yeah, on that front straightaway, Swearigan now up there in the 5th. Hey, Sage Greco, he's down 3 spots. Josh Clemens, he's up 6. As they sit there in 3rd right now. Working down that back straightaway. That's in number 4, or sorry, that's CYN number 17. That's Sage Greco. Sitting 4th. William Gay up here in 2nd. Out of Hopgood, North Carolina. Chase Silla there out front. Bobby Watts in 12th. Joseph Spillman there in 11th. Tyler Cassman here in 10th. Graham Carley back here in 9th. Out of Melbourne, Australia. Coming down that back straight away. There, watch it here. The FMA Oval guys take on Las Vegas here tonight for championship night. William Gay there in 2nd. Josh Clemens in 3rd. Sage Greco here in 4th. We got and Lyle Swearigan 5th. It's Swearigan leading the points. Clemens in 2nd. And we got Sage Greco 3rd. Now, Sage Greco currently sitting in 3rd right now as he gets around Josh Clemens. He felt the pressure there from Lyle Swearigan, I might think. We're down here in through off a 2 down that back straightaway. Swearigan there in 5th. There you watch him working down out of there in the corner number 1 on board there with Lyle Swearigan as he works down there trying to follow through with Josh Clemens. Now we see Sage Greco. He's up there trying to work with William Gay, getting around that for 2nd spot. Dives down in through turn number 3. Around here, out of 4 onto that front stretch. Sage Greco will get 2nd spot over top of William Gay. Puts another one in between him and Lyle. Work down here out of corner number 2 on that back stretch. See Swearigan there in 5th. Working up there to try to battle along with Josh Clemens. It looks like the 75, William Gay's drifting backward now. You got the 44, Josh Clemens right there on his bumper, and here with him is Lyle Swearigan. Down there in the pits is James Apaw. Unsure what happened to a pause. He's in the pits. There you see. Clemens getting around William Gay. And also, Lyle Swearingen gets around them as they work down there in the corner number 3 and 4. Back around out here onto the front straightaway. Lyle is there in front of William Gay. William Gay went from second back there in the fifth within just a few laps. And see Swearingen really working that wheel, trying to make sure he keeps it nice and smooth. Down through the back straightaway, looking underneath the Clemens. Lyle Swearingen underneath the Clemens now as he comes there out of turn number 3 and 4. Back out onto the front stretch. Sage Greco in second, Chase Zilla in front. Now, if I was Chase, would I be worried about Lyle back here working his way through the field, picking up drivers one by one? I don't know. I mean, Chase isn't in the rankings here for the points. Chase is in fifth, so I guess he's back here in fifth. I don't know if he's going to have enough, though. He's about 100 points behind. Let's see if I can get this right. Yeah, 100 points behind Lyle Swearingen. And working on out here, out of the corner. Down the back straight away. Swearingen's there in third. Sage Greco, I'm sure, is watching his rearview mirror. Now we're here at 27 of the 75. So a third of the way through the race. Slowly working up here to halfway through. Chase Zilla out front, Sage Greco there in second. Sage is slowly catching up there to Chase. Yeah, well, as well with Lyle Swearingen slowly pulling in on them as well. If you look at the gaps coming across the top of your screen right now, there is a half-second gap in closing between Greco and Chase, and there's a 2-second gap in closing between between Swearingen and Chase. So behind Chase, he's about 2 seconds there behind. Lyle Swearingen about 2 seconds back from Chase. Lyle Swearingen is back about a second and a half off of Greco. And then we have here in a second, a quarter of a second back between Chase Zilla and Greco. So Chase really watching that rearview mirror now as Sage dives down there to the bottom of the racetrack, running that bottom line. Chase trying to run a little bit higher. And they roll through the front stretch here. You see Chase has a mirror pull of Greco as Greco gets down there underneath and gets around Chase Zilla coming there out of turn number 2. Sage Greco takes over the lead. Here at lap number 31 of the 75. Swearingen back here in third. About a second up to Chase Zilla. A second and quarter up to Chase Zilla. He's gained a half a second on the 2 in front of him. Swearingen, what a run he's had here in FMA this season. Sage Greco, another one that's had a great run. He out there in the front right now, working down there off of corner number 2 down that back straightaway. I appreciate everybody coming in here to Flinker Farm TV to watch on the pole here tonight. And we are here with the Mellow Yellow Cup Series. Watson's on pit road. Or, I'm sorry, not Watson. Watts is on pit road. That's Bobby Watts out of 11th position. And watch him come down out of the corner. Sage Grego out front as he got around Chase Zilla. Lyle Swearingen back here in third. Has pulled within a second of Chase Zilla. And we're here off turn number 4. Chase really giving it his all tonight. He started third, got up there in the first. And we're down up on the corner. Lyle Swearingen starting in 7th. Sitting now 3rd. Down the back straight away, Swearingen in 3rd, Chase Zilla there 2nd, Sage Greco out there in front. And we're there off the corner, great job. And we got Swearingen there in 3rd, Clemens Airport, William Gay up here in 5th. At 37 on the board. Now here comes Lyle Swearingen. Look out, he's going to end up getting that draft up there behind Chase. And we're there off the corner, down on the bottom. Lyle Swearingen in 2nd. Josh Clemens there in 3rd. William Gay in 4th. Ryan Peters 5th. Chase Zilla out there in front once again. Swearingen falls back here in the 2nd. Josh Clemens 3rd. Sage Greco's on pit road here at halfway. So it's going to get interesting to see how these pit stops play out as Greco's on pit lane. Castleman's on pit lane along with Spillman. And they come there off the corner. There comes Chase bringing it to pit road. We're going to see does Lyle Swearingen also bring it down. No, he will not. Lyle Swearingen stays out. He is out there in front now. Good, almost 2 seconds over top of Josh Clemens. William Gay there in 3rd. Head off of turn number 2. Chase Zilla, Ryan Peters are on pit road. Grim Connolly on pit road now. You see it out there on the top. You see your drivers that are on pit road. William Gay now there on pit road. Well, we got just 2 drivers that have not yet pitted, and that is Lyle Swearingen and Josh Clemens. Lyle Swearingen has sitting there, got a driver some lap down. Gomet out, Afa out, and Zachary is out of tonight's race. And we got Lyle Swearingen on pit road now. Here comes Josh Clemens around. Sage Greco now up there in the battle. He's on his way around. Down the back straightaway, currently sitting 3rd. Swearingen, he's down there on pit road. As Josh Clemens comes around, Josh Clemens has yet to pit. He's coming in this time. And Sage Greco, he'll come around and get ahead of Lyle Swearingen. Chase Zilla coming around. He'll also get around Lyle, most likely. Lyle comes storming out of the pits down there on the bottom of the racetrack. We see Chase up there on the racetrack. It's going to take Lyle a moment to get up to speed. He works his way up there off the corner. Now he's really got to put the hammer down. Josh Clemens here on pit road. Getting that pit stop underway. Sage Greco takes over the lead here. Chase Zilla coming around. Lyle Swearingen coming around as well. Clemens coming off pit road. We see Swearingen there in third. Chase Zilla second. Greco out there in front. We got 43 of the 75 complete here tonight. Up there you go. Sage Greco, your leader. Lyle Swearingen, your points leader, back here in third. Chase Zilla, fifth in points, coming into the night, sitting second. Sage Greco, he was sitting second in points. Third in points. Sage Greco sitting third in points, out there leading. Josh Clemens, he was the one sitting second. Currently sitting fifth right now in tonight's standings. Matt Mars on pit road. Lap 45 of the 75. Working down here off the front straightaway. Chase Zilla there in second. Lyle Swearingen there in third. Ryan Peters there fourth. Josh Clemens fifth. You're on board with Sage Greco as he is currently your race leader. Working down here, looking at that lap car there in front of him. I believe that's the 37 of Bobby Watts. Or no, I'm sorry, that's the 23 of Tyler Castleman. So Tyler Castleman not yet a lap down, but soon to be. Chase Zilla there in second. Lyle Swearingen in third. And we see Swearingen right there behind Chase, who's looking at the bottom side of the racetrack. Trying to get up there to Chase. And work there off the corner. He's at the bumper. Can he get up there to battle hard? We'll see. And work down there in the corner, number 3 and 4. Swearingen gets a nose underneath of Chase coming out of turn number 4. Down through the tri-oval. Coming across the stripe. It very well might have been Swearingen coming across the line. As they come down there in the corner number 1. Swearingen out there in front. All right, coming there off turn number 4. Out there on the bottom as they work through off 3 and 4. We got the 22 Lyle down there on the bottom. Right there in front of Chase. Chase ended up losing that second spot to Lyle Swearingen. Chase there where he started. 26 laps to go. Matt Mars, Graham Connolly, Evan Gomet, James Apaw, and Zachary Zakowski down there out of the race. And see, there's the 37 of Bobby Watts, a lap down. Sage Greco still just slowly rolling here. Not really pushing it too hard. Doesn't really need to at the moment. And he's got 8 seconds to play with. Back here to Lyle Swearingen. Swearengin is going to make sure that he tries to keep a little bit of a distance ahead of Chase Zilla. As Chase is back here in third. Down here on the bottom side of the speedway, working up off. And down through the front stretch. Down there off turn number 1 through 2. Chase Zilla there third. Ryan Peters, he's sitting back here in about 5th right now. William Gay coming across the line in 6th. Tyler Castleman. Now he said going a lap down there to Sage Greco. Joseph Spillman back here in 8th. Bobby Watts in 9th. Sage Greco leading the way here with 23 laps to go. Swearengin 2nd. Chase Zilla there 3rd. Josh Clemens there 4th. And if some of you that are used to watching here at FFTV, the Regal Wrap and Design GT3 series, that was switched over to something else here this past week or so. And here at FMA, yours truly ended up trying to run it. And yeah, that didn't end up so well. Yeah, they were running at Sonoma. And it was just not my night at all. Hey, watch him come down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Sage Greco there out front. Lyle Swearengin, we're on board with him as he's sitting in 2nd out of Fontana, California. Josh Clemens there for it. Ryan Peters there 5th. And we're going out of the corner here out of 4. Ryan Peters 5th in that Ghost Energy machine with Josh Clemens up there in 4th. Chase Zilla still sitting 3rd. Lyle Swearengin has put some distance between himself and Chase, but has not closed in anything on the leader of Sage Greco. Well, maybe he is, slowly. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I don't know. We got Lyle coming across the line. Down here across the stripe. In corner number 1 and 2. Sage Greco out front. Chase Zilla there 3rd. Sage Greco, great job tonight. Driving that number 17. ZYN machine. I don't know if it's called Zin or not. Trying to get another look here on this car at something else if I can. Not quite getting it there where I'd like to see it. I want to say that's the Mission 22 sticker on the back quarter panel, but I'm not sure about that. I got the 44, Josh Clemens rolling down the back stretch, sitting in 4th. So your top 4 in points are your top 4 on the racetrack. First, Lyle Swearengin in 2nd. 2nd in points, that's Josh Clemens, he's sitting 4th. 3rd in points, that's Sage Greco out there in front. Chase is 5th in points. Now I gotta look to see who 4th is. 4th is Ryan Peters. And Ryan Peters is sitting 5th. "17 laps to go here at Las Vegas." On corner number 2, down that back straightaway, you're watching Chase Zilla working his way around here at the racetrack. As Sage Greco comes out of 4 down that front straightaway. Josh Clemens here in 4th, Ryan Peters here 5th. William Gay 6th, Tyler Castleman, he's back here in 7th, with Joseph Spillman in 8th. Out of Vevey, Indiana, Joseph Spillman Comes down there into the corner. And Sage Grego out there in the front. Lyle Swearingen second. He's slowly trying to gain up there on the lap machine of Tyler Castleman. That's Sage Grego right there. There comes Lyle Swearingen off the corner, and he has closed the gap. He's putting the gap on Chase, but closing the gap there on Sage. He gets around the lap machine of Tyler Castleman without much issue up there on the top side. Working there off of the corner. San Diego up there at the top. Lyle Swearingen there in second. Chase Zilla there third. In the fourth, that's Josh Clemens. Ryan Peters in fifth. William Gay in sixth. That is your top 6 drivers right now that are on the lead lap. As Sage Greco works down that back straightaway. Lyle Swearingen there in a second. Brought that gap down to 4 seconds. 12 laps to go. Chase Zilla back here in the third. Losing time on the front 2 drivers. Josh Clemens back here in a third. Is Clemens going to get up there and knock Chase out of that third spot? This is going to get interesting as these laps wind down to try to figure out where these drivers are. And thank you again to all our patrons up there on the board. And we're going down the back straightaway. Clemens there coming in the turn of 3 and 4. Chase Hilla getting around the lap machine of Tyler Castleman. Josh Clemens now got to do the same. There you see them all spread out there. We got 9 drivers on track. There you got Bobby Watts here. Lyle Swearingen gets around him. Oh, I'm sorry, not Lyle Swearingen, but yeah, Lyle Swearingen. Looking at the wrong car. Lyle Swearingen gets around him. Now you got to try to get around the 37 of Bobby Watts. Chase Silla back here in third. Josh Clemens now, he's got to get around to 23 there on Tyler Castleman. And I'm looking at the dots just to make sure we don't miss anything, and we are definitely having issues here that we don't have any battles going on the racetrack right now. There you see Ryan Peters with that Ghost Energy. There is Josh Clemens in the 44. Out of Buffalo, New York, sitting in fourth. Trying to get up there in a battle with Chase. He's about 2.5 seconds behind. And Lyle Swearingen, he's about 3 seconds. Well, now he's about 2 seconds behind Sage. There on board with Bobby Watts, he's in 9th. 2 laps down. And you see, there is Greco out front, Bobby Watts behind him. And Greco tries to continue on bringing that gap down About 2.5 seconds there behind Greco. Jay Zilla in third, Josh Clemens fourth. Ryan Peter Smith. Those are your top 5 in the points. Battling it out here tonight. Who's it going to be? We got Greco out there in front. Swearinger there second. Chase Zilla there third. 5 laps to go for Sage Greco here at Las Vegas. Hey, elsewhere, you work you down that back straightaway in the corner 3 and 4. And we see Bobby Watts getting back around Sage Greco. Sage Greco losing time. Swearinger gonna eat it up here. 4 laps to go. Less than 2 seconds gap between Swearinger and Greco. Swearinger up into the outside wall, trying not to burn off the tires too much. He works down there in the 3 and 4. 4 laps to go here at Las Vegas for Sage Greco, who's 2 seconds now out there in the front. He got a little bit of breathing room. And down there in the corner number 1 and 2. We're going to have to wait and see how these points stand out. This is, as we said, championship night. Been a great championship week so far here between FMA coast to coast. We got finished there prior to this race. The Coast to Coast Racing League, crowning 2 champions tonight, but 3 series. So one of the drivers ended up capitalizing in 2 series. We're watching Greco come there on the bottom side, working up off a 2. We're back down here in the 3 and 4. Greco out front, coming here to the line, gonna get the white flag. Swearinger not close enough to make any type of run, unless Greco ends up giving it away, giving himself a choke and into the outside wall. We'll see, though. And he's got just a half a lap to go. Here he comes out of turn 2, comes across that dot there on the line. He's got half a lap. Coming here in the corner number 3 and 4. He's got a couple drivers there in front of him that could spoil it. There you see, we got Joseph Spillman there in front of him, but that's not going to be a problem. Up off a turn 4 around here, and it will be Sage Greco getting the win here in Las Vegas to close out your Cup Series season with FMA. All right, waiting on our official results to come in. Greco getting the win here tonight. Oh, here we go. Your results. Sage Greco getting the win. Lyle Swearinger there second. Chase Zilla third. Josh Clemens there fourth. Ryan Peters fifth. William Gay sixth. Tyler Castleman there in seventh. Joseph Spillman there eighth. Bobby Watts ninth. Matt Mars there 10th. Graham Connolly 11th. Evan Gomet there 12th. James LaFaw there in 13th. And Zachary Zakowski there in 14th. Burning it down here tonight. Sage Greco, your winner here tonight. They have a little bit easier time burning it down here tonight than what they did with the Xfinity Series on Sunday as they were at Indianapolis. Not much room there to try to get the donuts going there. So give a moment. We'll get with our winners of your season here. Try to get this to do I need it to. There we go. So we got Chase Zilla in third. Pancake! Pancake, Chase Zilla, how's it going?
All right, how about you?
Hey, it's going well, man. Oh, man, what a night of racing it was to end the season.
That was crazy. That was really hard.
Well, I mean,
Everybody's tires were dying.
you started third, finished third. You did lead a few laps though.
Yeah, well, Sage and Lyle were next level racers, so best of the rest, as you would call it, I guess.
Well, I know we're all trying to figure out who the champion is here. Is that
I will
something
tell
you
you
would
here in
have,
a
or is
second.
that are we waiting on? We still gotta wait to hear.
I can do the points right now. And it will be Lyle.
All right, so Lyle Swearengin, our winner, and Josh Clemens wraps up second in points. Sage Greco third.
It looks like Sage got second due to the drop week.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm looking
so
at
it's
something
Lyle,
else.
Sage, Josh.
All right, there it is. Okay. So it goes Lyle, Sage, then Josh.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you did a great job bringing home third tonight. You got any sponsor shots? Anybody you want to thank? And I know you do a lot of work here at FMA to make things happen.
Oh yeah, just thank the admin team, me, Graham, Joe, Ryan, and everybody that donates. It's a lot of work putting this stuff together sometimes, but it's worth it in the end. So,
Well,
and you
it's
as well
not a
for
single
doing the
person
broadcast.
job.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's tough. It ain't easy. People don't understand until they do it.
Well, you did a great job helping put on a great season yet again, and can't wait to see what we have in store for next season.
Yes, sir. Legacy Gen 4 time, baby.
All right. So we're going from these Gen 4s to the Legacy Gen 4s. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes next season then.
Sounds good, man.
You guys have a great night there, Chase.
All right, you too, man.
All right. Now we'll get with Lyle Swearengin, our second place winner here tonight. Good evening here, Lyle. How's it going?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Oh, man. You put together quite the season here. You got second tonight, but overall, we're able to wrap up and get the points win here for the FMA Cup Series.
Yeah, it was a challenging race today with the higher track temps than usual, and then just the nature of Vegas being hard on the tires, and then the dirty air also playing havoc in that. Didn't have a very good first run. I mean, we got up to third before everyone started pitting, but at least my tires were pretty much junk, and maybe I think it was 2 or 3 laps before I pitted, got really loose behind Chase on the front stretch there and almost lost it and lost some time there and then slid the box when I went to pit in. But yeah, I just tried to drive it back up there. Tires got hot, and then I think it was Bobby that passed me, and once he did that and I got in his air, the car just went a complete 180 and went super tight and pretty much lost all the momentum I had there. So, I mean, even then, if I got to Sage there and get in his air, I probably wouldn't have enough time to do anything with it, and the tires were already too hot. So, but yeah, he did a way better job saving the tires than I did, and yeah, I've been real good season, pretty fun. Did really well, but probably like with more than half the field here, I'll be glad to be out of this car. I'll be glad to be back in the older or the Legacy Gen 4.
Well, we'll see how it plays out for you next season for sure. And you got sponsor shots. Anybody you want to thank for getting that championship of the Cup Series along with the second place here tonight?
Just my team, FBR Motorsports, and FMA for hosting the races, you for broadcasting them, and yeah, it was a fun season. Glad to have a championship, and we'll see what we could do with it in next season in the Legacy Gen 4.
Alrighty, well, we'll see how it goes. Congrats again on the season.
Thank you.
All right, I'll swear that we'll get it with Sage Greco. Good evening here, Sage. How's it going?
Good day, Adam.
Well, you got second here, or I mean, I'll put it this way. You got second in the points, but you got the victory here tonight at Las Vegas.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, anytime you can finish in front of Lyle, it's a good day, man, for sure. No, that's good.
Well, like I said, you got ahead of him here at Las Vegas. Just unfortunately couldn't quite get a hold of him there on the points table.
No, man, he's an alien, dude. He killed it all season.
Well, I mean, you didn't do half bad yourself. So, you got any sponsor shout-outs? Anybody you want to thank here for getting the victory here tonight?
No, sir, sure don't.
All righty. Well, you did a great job. Had one heck of a season yourself, and always, here at FMA, the competition is really tough, and great job pulling off runner-up here in the season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You have yourself a great night there, Sage.
Yeah, you too.
All right, and that'll wrap it up here from Las Vegas. I want to thank all the viewers out there that watch week in and week out. Thank you all for watching tonight once again, and that'll wrap it up here from Las Vegas. You all have a great and wonderful night.